MC521 Pro. When troubleshooting these controls, it's very important to have an understanding of each terminal strip and what its particular responsibilities are. On TB1, you'll find solenoid lock, a DC volt power supply, and you may also find cycle counter. When it comes to TB2, notice this diagram shows two versions. It depends on whether or not you have rocker switches or rotary switches. In either case, knowing this information makes it very easy to troubleshoot or isolate switch problems that you may encounter. For example, pin number 1, 2, and 3 on TB2 is for purposes of your 3-position switch. If you need to remove that from your system, you unplug 1, 2, and 3 and put a jumper on 2 and 3. On TB3, you'll find your safety and breakout circuit. You can easily bypass the breakout switch by putting a jumper on 9 and 10 on TB3. And removing the remaining wires on TB3 will isolate the safety. On TB4, you'll find anything that has to do with activation, whether it be your inside sensor or your outside sensor, as well as your auxiliary or your push plate activation. Unplugging TB4 would allow you to isolate all the activation from the system. TB5 provides us with a closed position switch, which is necessary for the proper function of a solenoid lock, as well as side screen sensor, which is another term for side light protection sensor. And then on TB6, 521 Pro model only, we find connections for Stanley Pro beams. These safety beams are a type of monitored safety system. And lastly, on TB7, found on the 521 Pro model only again, we find a location for a sensor called an RS485 or alternative sensors to be connected here, and possibly some future connections.